Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Walt here from Down the Block Sports, and today I want to talk about the Boston Red Sox. The Red Sox made a trade last night acquiring a former Boston Red Sox. What I want to talk about is who that player is, who the Red Sox gave up to acquire him, and how he's going to fit on the Red Sox for next season. Again, I'm Alec Walt. This is Down the Block Sports. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more of my exclusive content. Yes, the Boston Red Sox made a trade last night. They acquired Jackie Bradley Jr. from the Milwaukee Brewers. The Red Sox also received two prospects, giving up Hunter Renfroe in the trade. So Jackie Bradley Jr., who signed a 2-year, $24 million contract with the Brewers last offseason, is back with the Boston Red Sox. They gave up Hunter Renfroe, who had a great first season in Boston. So the Red Sox absorbed a little bit more salary in the deal for Jackie Bradley Jr. and also acquired the two infield prospects. So you're probably looking at this question like, why did the Red Sox bring back Jackie Bradley Jr.? Chaim Bloom comes from the Tampa Bay Rays. Remember, the Rays have a guy like Kevin Kiermaier in center field. The Red Sox value very good defense in the outfield. And yes, Kike Hernandez was outstanding in center field last year, but when we're talking about Jackie Bradley Jr., we're talking about a guy who's eligible to win a Gold Glove on a yearly basis. One great thing about Kike Hernandez is he's one of the most versatile players in Major League Baseball. You could put him anywhere you want on the field. The thing is, last year, the Red Sox needed help in center field, and he was athletic and versatile enough to secure that spot on an everyday role. Now you look at the Boston Red Sox next year, they have an everyday left fielder with Alex Verdugo, an everyday center fielder with Jackie Bradley Jr., and the Red Sox have some other options to work with on the right side of the field. Kike Hernandez has the ability to play right field, heck, even center field and second base. Christian Arroyo is someone who plays very well against left-handed pitchers. So against lefties, you can have Kike playing right field with Arroyo playing at second. Against righties, you can have Kike play second with the potential of Duran getting a full-time call-up next year playing right field. The Red Sox right now have some lineups they can work with right now and have way more versatility with their matchups, with Kike Hernandez playing that multi-purpose role, which he played so well with the Dodgers before signing with the Boston Red Sox. Now, obviously losing Hunter Renfroe is going to be a pretty big loss for the Boston Red Sox. You look at the Milwaukee Brewers right now, for their standpoint, they're a team that needs to insert more power into their lineup while also having a solid defensive player. That's exactly what Hunter Renfroe is going to provide them. They have Christian Yelich, Willy Adames. They're hoping for a bounce back from Keston Hiura, but they need guys in this lineup who can provide more power in a very hitter-friendly ballpark, and I think Hunter Renfroe is going to do that for the Milwaukee Brewers. You look at the Red Sox. The Red Sox do lose a big power bat in this, because you look at the Red Sox outfield right now. Verdugo has solid power. Again, not a huge power hitter, huge slugger, but he's a guy who can hit the ball over the fence. Bradley's one of the worst offensive players in Major League Baseball. He's so good defensively, which is why he has the value, but he hit below 200 last year. He's a guy who's not going to make much contact, likely going to hit towards the bottom of the Red Sox order next season. But if you're looking at guys like Duran and Kike, the Red Sox don't have much power in their outfield. Now, obviously with JD Martinez, hopefully a step forward for Bobby Dalbec. The left side of the infield is absolutely unbelievable. The Red Sox do have power in their lineup, but they do lose some power depth losing Renfroe. They still have the ability to make up for it defensively because Bradley, Hernandez, and Verdugo is an absolutely outstanding defensive outfield. So the way I look at this trade for the Red Sox is, they value defense. They secured a very good Gold Glove level defender in the middle of the field. Kike Hernandez, you have the ability to use him as a versatile player, and that's exactly what the Boston Red Sox are doing in this trade. They do absorb a little bit more salary, which is obviously helps a team like the Brewers, who are more limited financially. In return, they receive two prospects who are going to join a group of infield prospects who are actually looking pretty solid. Chaim has added guys like Jeter Downs and a couple other guys in the draft, and have developed a pretty solid prospect pool over the last two seasons. So again, Jackie Bradley Jr. is back in Boston. I think it's a solid deal. Now, yes, it's unfortunate to see Hunter Renfroe go after having such a successful year last year. Will the Brewers get that version of him next year? I don't know, but I think the Red Sox know exactly what they're getting out of Jackie Bradley Jr. A Gold Glove level center fielder who can't hit, solid runner when he's on bases, but you can't count on him to be there very often. And he's going to hit deep in the lineup that is very good to begin with. I don't think Heim is done, as I do think he needs to add another rotational player here. He needs to add more than one. He needs to get another power bat and someone else who can play second base. I think those are some areas he's going to look for to improve the team. Maybe ship some young players to get a pitcher. I know they've added James Paxton, Michael Wacha, and Rich Hill so far to this rotation here this offseason. But the Red Sox, they haven't been the loudest team here since this free agency period has started. Of course, we're now locked out, but Jackie Bradley Jr. is back. The Red Sox defense in the outfield looks outstanding for next year. Still a few more pieces to put together, but it might take us a little bit of time to figure out who those players are as the league and the players union try and negotiate a deal for the 2022 season and beyond. But again, the Boston Red Sox added Jackie Bradley Jr., got rid of Hunter Renfroe, also acquired 2 more prospects in a deal with the Milwaukee Brewers. What do you think of this trade, Jackie Bradley Jr. coming back to Boston? Do you think the Red Sox won the deal? Are you upset that they got rid of Hunter Renfroe? Feel free to give me your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Down the Block Sports for more of my exclusive content. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and we will see you very soon.